Hey everyone, and welcome to the Deep Dive.
Yes, welcome.
We are so excited to have you with us today
Absolutely.
for a special episode.
Yes, curated just for...
Curated just for our awesome Family
you.
First listeners.
Yes.
You know,
Yep.
my wife Vera and I
That's right.
are all about
Putting family first.
putting family first above everything else.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what we're going to be diving into today.
That's right. We are here to help all of you out there understand how to really achieve your family goals.
Yes.
From,
the beginning.
those really early conversations about even having a baby
Yes.
to
Boosting.
boosting your fertility.
That's right.
And even navigating the world of childcare and parenting.
Yes, and don't forget
to
hit that follow button.
Yes.
And share this episode
Share it with your friends.
with anyone who might benefit from this knowledge.
Absolutely.
Now, we're all about turning knowledge into actionable steps here.
That's right.
So get ready
It's ready.
to take notes and start making some real progress
Real progress.
towards your family dreams.
All those dreams.
So let's jump right in.
Let's go.
You know, one of the biggest decisions that couples face is
Whether or not...
whether or not to even have a baby.
Huge decision.
Well, that conversation can be
Right.
really tricky.
It can be incredibly sensitive, rather than just springing it on your partner.
Right.
I always say try to frame the conversation around
Your values.
yeah, your shared dreams and values.
Eric.
Like, what kind of future do you envision,
Yes.
together?
Together.
What would that look like
Yeah.
with children in the picture?
And I think it's important to talk about the challenges, too.
Absolutely.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
parenting isn't all sunshine and rainbows,
It's not a walk in the park.
like sleepless nights,
So many sleepless nights.
tantrums,
Oh, the tantrum.
and just a whole lot of
A
responsibility.
lot of responsibility.
But I think that's where that open and honest communication comes in.
Yes, that's so important.
Right. It's about acknowledging those challenges, but also emphasizing the incredible reward,
There are so many...
the unconditional love,
Yes.
the joy of just watching
A tiny human
a tiny human grow
grow and learn.
and learn.
And that sense of purpose that comes with parenthood.
There's nothing like it.
Speaking of challenges,
Yeah.
once you've decided to start trying for a baby,
Okay.
the next hurdle can be actually getting pregnant.
Oh, I know.
I know the fertility diet has
Yeah.
been getting a lot of buzz lately.
It has.
Is there really something to that?
You know, it's fascinating
Yeah.
how much our diet can actually impact our fertility.
Right.
And what's interesting here
Yeah.
is that the fertility diet isn't just for women.
Right.
It's really about preparing both partners' bodies
Yeah.
for that optimal conception.
Okay. Did you know that
Is that?
research suggests that inflammation is a major hidden factor in infertility?
Wow, I did not realize that.
It's true.
Okay.
So incorporating foods that combat inflammation
Right.
is key for both men and women.
Got it.
So that means loading up
Right.
on those healthy fats.
Right.
Things like avocados, olive oil, nuts,
Okay.
and seeds.
Healthy fats.
They're not just good for your heart.
I know, right?
So they're good for your reproductive system too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so healthy fats are in
They're in, what else should we be eating?
fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
And I'm talking
Yes.
an abundance of them.
Okay.
A 2023 Harvard study
Wow. Okay.
published in the American Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology
Okay.
found that women who ate more fruits and vegetables, particularly leafy greens,
Leafy greens? Okay.
had higher rates of successful conception.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
They're packed with antioxidants and all sorts of good stuff.
they are.
And then there are complex carbs.
Okay,
They're much better than refined carbs.
I see.
Because they don't spike your blood sugar,
Right,
which can really mess with your hormones.
got it.
And don't forget protein,
Protein.
lean meats, fish, eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all great sources of
Yeah.
protein, zinc, and iron
Yes.
needed for a healthy reproductive system.
Now, for our vegetarian and vegan listeners,
Yes.
what are some good plant-based options?
Beans, lentils, and chickpeas
Okay.
are excellent sources of protein.
Excellent.
And surprisingly,
What's that?
full-fat dairy.
Full-fat dairy.
has been linked to improved fertility.
Really?
Especially when compared to low-fat options.
Wow, that goes against everything we hear about healthy eating.
Right.
Are you sure this is backed by research?
It does seem counterintuitive.
It does.
But a study published in the Journal of Human Reproduction found that women who consumed more full-fat dairy, particularly yogurt, had a higher chance of conceiving compared to those who opted for low-fat versions.
Interesting.
Researchers believe it has something to do with the balance of hormones in full-fat dairy products.
So maybe ditch the skim milk.
Yeah.
And embrace the full-fat Greek yogurt.
Exactly.
Got it.
Now, while there's a lot to add to your diet to boost fertility, there are also some things you might want to consider limiting.
Okay.
For example,
What's that?
did you know that even moderate caffeine intake
Really?
has been linked to longer times to conception?
So I guess I should swap that extra cup of coffee for decaf. Or explore the world of herbal teas.
That's a great idea.
I like that.
Green tea in particular
Green tea, okay.
is packed with antioxidants
Okay.
and has been shown to have positive effects
Oh, wow.
on both male and female fertility.
That's great.
And while we're on the subject of beverages,
Okay.
it's best to avoid alcohol altogether while trying to conceive. It can affect both sperm and egg quality.
Makes sense.
And of course, sugary drinks are never a good choice.
I know.
They contribute to inflammation and can really disrupt hormonal balance.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, we talked a lot about what women should be eating. What about the men?
Yes.
What role does their diet
very important.
play in all of this?
It's so important to remember
Yes.
that male partners contribute 50% to the baby-making equation,
Right.
and their diet matters just as much.
Makes sense.
One interesting study
Okay.
from the Harvard School of Public Health
Harvard School of Public Health. Okay.
found a link between high dairy consumption and lower sperm quality in men.
So should guys be ditching the milk and cheese too?
It might be worth cutting back, especially if you're actively trying to conceive.
Got it.
On the other hand,
Yeah.
loading up on vegetables,
Vegetables. Okay.
particularly those high in zinc,
High in zinc.
like asparagus and sunflower seeds,
Okay.
can be really beneficial for sperm health.
It's amazing how much power these everyday foods have.
Isn't it?
I know.
And there are some real superfoods for male fertility.
Oh, tell me more.
Brazil nuts, for example,
Brazil nuts.
are packed with selenium,
Okay.
which is crucial for sperm motility.
I never would guess that.
And then there are oysters,
Moisture.
which have a reputation as an aphrodisiac for a reason.
Oh.
They're full of zinc, vitamin B12, and protein, all nutrients that support healthy sperm production.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we've got the diet down.
Mhm.
Are there any other general tips for couples trying to boost their fertility?
Absolutely. Starting prenatal vitamin
Prenatal vitamins.
as soon as possible is a great idea.
Got it.
Folic acid in particular
Folic acid, yeah.
is essential for preventing neural tube defects in the baby.
Important.
And it's important to remember that variety is key.
Variety. Okay.
Eating a wide range of whole foods
Whole foods, okay?
ensures that you're getting all the necessary nutrients.
So it's all about balance and moderation?
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, you're eating for success,
Okay.
but timing is also critical.
Oh, right.
Let's talk about understanding your fertile window.
Okay, so how do we actually figure that out?
There are a few helpful tools.
Okay.
Ovulation calculators can give you a general idea of when you're most fertile,
Okay.
but they're not always super accurate.
Right.
A more reliable method is tracking your basal body temperature,
Basal body temperature. Okay.
which slightly rises during ovulation.
Wait, so you're saying we should actually be taking our temperature every morning?
I know it sounds like a lot,
Yeah, it does.
but it can be really helpful for
Right.
pinpointing those peak fertility days.
Okay, I get it.
And once you've nailed down the diet, the timing,
Right.
and you get that positive pregnancy test,
Okay.
the journey takes on a whole new dimension.
It does, it does.
Yeah.
That's when we move into the world of childcare and parenting.
Yes.
Which comes with a whole new set of joys and challenges.
Yeah.
Speaking of challenges,
Yeah.
finding quality, affordable childcare can feel like mission impossible.
Oh, it can.
I remember when we were searching for childcare for our first child,
Mhm.
it was completely overwhelming.
It's one of the biggest hurdles for families.
Yes.
But it doesn't have to be a nightmare.
Okay.
The key is to start early and be strategic
Strategic. Okay.
about your search.
Got it.
First, think about your family's unique needs and values. What's important to you in a child care setting?
Important to us.
What kind of environment do you envision for your child?
So things like location, hours, and costs are obviously important.
Absolutely.
But what else should we be considering?
Think about the philosophy of the care provider.
Philosophy, okay.
Do their values align with your parenting style?
Align with our parenting style.
What's the ratio of caregivers to children?
Okay.
How do they handle discipline and conflict resolution?
Discipline and conflict resolution.
These are all crucial questions to ask.
I never really thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when it comes to finding potential childcare providers, word of mouth is incredibly valuable.
Word of mouth. Okay.
Talk to friends, family, other parents in your community.
Okay.
Online platforms and directories can also be helpful.
Online platforms, got it.
And of course, visiting the facilities in person is essential.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You want to get a feel for the environment.
Yeah.
And trust your gut instinct.
Yes.
Does the place feel safe, nurturing, and engaging?
Those are all important factors.
Exactly.
Now, let's transition to the broader picture of parenting itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
It does.
Everyone told me that nothing can prepare you for parenthood.
Right.
And they weren't wrong.
No.
It's a wild ride.
It is. It certainly is.
It is.
One of the most important things you can do as partners is to foster open communication and shared responsibilities.
Open communication.
Yeah.
Shared responsibilities.
Parenting is a team effort.
It is.
And it's crucial to be on the same page.
Different page.
To support each other.
Yes.
And to make decisions together.
I agree. That sounds great in theory.
It does.
But sometimes it's easier said than done.
I know.
Especially when you're both sleep-deprived and stressed.
You're telling me.
Right.
But even when things are tough,
Yeah.
making an effort to communicate openly and honestly
Communicate.
can make a world of difference.
Absolutely.
And speaking of parenting styles.
Parenting styles, okay.
I know you're a big advocate for positive parenting.
Positive parenting, I am.
Can you explain what that means?
Sure. For me, positive parenting is all about building a respectful and supportive relationship with your child.
Okay.
While setting clear boundaries and limits.
Boundaries and limits.
It emphasizes positive reinforcement.
Okay.
Encouraging children to develop self-discipline.
Self-discipline.
And problem-solving skills.
Problem-solving. Got it.
So it's less about punishment.
Less about punishment.
And more about guidance. Right. It's about teaching them how to make good choices rather than just reacting to their bad ones.
I like that.
And it's about recognizing that children are still learning.
Yes.
And that mistakes are a natural part of the process.
They are.
That makes a lot of sense.
Now, earlier we talked about turning knowledge into actionable steps and monitoring your progress.
Right.
How does that apply to parenting?
I see what you're saying.
It seems like such a fluid and ever-changing journey.
It really is.
Yeah.
You're right. It is. But I think it's still important to set goals and track your progress.
Okay.
Even if those goals evolve over time.
I agree.
For example, if you're struggling with communication as a couple,
Yes.
set a goal to have a dedicated 30-minute conversation each week.
30 minutes, okay.
Where you both actively listen.
Actively listen.
And share your thoughts and feelings.
Thoughts and feelings.
Without interruption.
So we're actually scheduling it in our calendars.
Yes, scheduling it in.
That's a great idea.
It makes it feel more like a priority.
It does.
Exactly. And then at the end of each week,
Okay.
reflect on how that conversation went.
Reflect. Okay.
What worked well.
Yeah.
What could be improved. How did it make you both feel?
So it's like checking in with yourselves and with each other.
It is. It is.
And you can apply the same framework to other aspects of parenting.
Other aspects. Okay.
For example, if you want to be more patient with your child,
Okay.
set a goal to use positive reinforcement techniques
Okay.
a certain number of times each day.
Each day. Got it.
Or if you want to create a more structured bedtime routine,
Bedtime routine. Okay.
make a plan and track how consistently you're able to stick to it.
So it's about being intentional.
Intentional.
And proactive.
Proactive.
Rather than just hoping for the best.
Yeah.
And even if we don't always hit our goals perfectly,
Right.
the act of setting them and striving for them
That's right.
can make a difference
Absolutely.
in our overall parenting journey.
In the journey. Absolutely. It's about progress, not perfection.
I like that.
And I think it's important to remember that the journey to parenthood is unique for every family.
There's no one-size-fits-all approach.
Exactly. There are so many different paths to creating a family.
Right.
And what matters most is finding what works best for you, your partner, and your values.
It's about honoring your own journey.
Yes.
And not comparing yourself to others.
So important.
Easier said than done in the age of social media, right?
I know, it's so easy to get caught up.
Caught up in the
highlight reels.
Highlight reels.
Of other people's lives. Of other people's lives and feel like we're falling short.
And feel inadequate.
Right.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get sucked into that comparison trap.
The comparison trap.
But it's important to remember that everyone is struggling.
Everyone is struggling.
Everyone is figuring things out as they go.
Figuring it out as they go.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
No matter how perfect their Instagram feed might look.
That's such a good point.
And I think it's especially important to remember that when it comes to parenting, there's no right or wrong way to do it.
Right.
As long as you're coming from a place of love.
Place of love.
And you're putting your family first.
Putting family first.
You're doing great.
You're doing great.
I completely agree. So be patient with yourself.
Patient.
With your partner.
With your partner.
And with the process itself.
The process itself.
Celebrate each milestone, big and small.
Celebrate those milestones.
And don't be afraid to reach out for support when you need it.
Reach out for that support.
There's no shame in asking for help.
Absolutely not.
It really does take a village.
You know, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From those initial conversations about having a baby.
Yes.
To boosting fertility, navigating childcare, and embracing the joys and challenges of parenting.
So many.
Do you have any final thoughts?
I do.
You'd like to leave our Family First listeners with?
You know, as you embark on this journey. Of growing your family.
I
think it's so important to be mindful of the values you want to instill in your children.
Values.
What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind?
That's a great question.
What lessons do you want to pass on?
Wow. That is a powerful question.
Yeah.
It really makes you think about the bigger picture.
Yes.
Beyond the day-to-day chaos of raising kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's something to keep in mind as you navigate all the ups and downs of family life.
Family life.
So much wisdom packed into this deep dive episode.
I agree.
Thank you for sharing your insights with us.
It was a pleasure having you.
My pleasure.
And to all our amazing Family First listeners out there.
Yes.
Remember, you're not alone on this journey.
Absolutely not.
Keep learning, keep growing.
Keep going.
And keep putting your family first.
Absolutely.
And don't forget to hit that follow button for more deep dives. And share this episode with anyone who might benefit from this knowledge.
We'll catch you next time.
We'll see you then.